Hi, collective. It is Empress Coco. How are you guys today? Happy Friday. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. And if this is not your first time here, and if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you so, so much. And we are going to get into what's gossip. I don't know what is going to come out. You don't know what's going to come out, but we're going to find out together. And again, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. I did cleanse over the cards, and I cleansed myself as well. So let's see what comes out. Hopefully some good things. Hopefully some good things. Lately, I've been getting a lot of good energy, just, the energy vampire intruders, they like to come up in the readings, but that does not mean we're defeated, okay? So we're not even going to claim that. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my collective? All right, let's see what the first card out is. All right, so we have two cards out. The first one is Behind the Mask. Hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show reality, no one sees the real me. Then we have Me versus Me. Self-competition, personal growth, becoming better than yesterday, my only competition. So what I'm getting with these two cards is someone, now this is past or present energy, and this may not be your story. This could be someone that you know. But what I'm getting from this energy is that someone is not being authentic with themselves, and they could be afraid of judgment. They could be afraid of things from their past where they feel like maybe because of some of the things they've experienced or some of the things that they're not proud of, that it may defeat who their future self is becoming, or they may feel like some things from their past could be blocking their future self. I'm also getting that some of you all could be hiding behind a mask because you are not comfortable with being authentic. You may have different beliefs. You may have different lifestyle choices or things that you want to change, but you could feel like you have to go with the crowd, or you could feel like you don't have anyone around you of influence that you would like to aspire to walk in the same path as, or something similar. So you could be afraid of speaking up and stating that you have different beliefs, whether it could be religion, whether it could be a job field, whether it could be it could be anything simple. It could be a way of changing as far as eating. It could be something as simple as that, for example. But yeah, I'm getting that you could be hiding behind a mask to protect yourself from judgment, from people, just looking down on you because you're choosing a different path than them. But your only concern should be who you are, the man in the mirror. And what you can do to better yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to live your own life. It's not about what other people think. It's not about what they feel. Yes, those choices can affect them, but as long as it's for your betterment, people can benefit from it. As long as you're not doing anything to hurt, harm, or endanger anyone, then there should not be an issue. And sometimes, well, I'm not going to say sometimes, most of the times, excuse me, people on the outside of us, they self-project. So they're only going to speak from where they are, from the level that they have reached, or whatever the case is, or they could be just speaking from potential. But if you're actually putting in the work and you like what you do and it satisfies you, then I'm getting standing your truth. I'm sure myself as well as others, we can all relate to that. I've struggled with things in my life where I wanted to do something different from my family and friends, and I put it off for years and years, afraid of what they were going to say. As far as my tarot, I'll use that for example. I don't have anyone close to me that does tarot. I have one family member that I'm not close to, and real quick, I don't want to make this long, but she introduced tarot to me up front when I was about, I would say I had to be between 21, 22. I could have been 20, but this was between the ages of 20 and 22. That has been over 15 years for me. So I was nervous. I was a little skeptical. I was always curious about tarot, but because someone close to me at that time did it, I was a little skeptical. But now, here we are, years later, and I'm doing it, and I'm very comfortable. And I really don't care about what other people think and say. It has not harmed me. I'm not harming anyone. I do it from a very loving place. I'm not malicious. And I don't have to persuade people otherwise. Of course, they think if you're playing with cards, you're automatically demonic. Okay, say what you feel. But at the same time, I'm not going to let your opinion drive me in a different path if this is something that makes me happy. But that's just an example to let you all know you can do things outside of the box. And most of the time when people self-project, it's something that they can't see themselves doing. Or even if it's not exactly what you're doing per se, it's something that they desire and they are too afraid to take chances. So, of course, they're going to be determined to talk you out of it or rain on your parade. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. All right, Spirit, give me more on this behind the mask and me versus me. Okay, so this is the first card that came out. We have Sneaky Link. I don't know why this card keeps coming out, but hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy, nobody needs to know. And then we have Payback. The number 7 could be significant for you. You could also be a life past 7th. Your birthday could be on the 7th day of the month. You could have been also born in July. Consequences returning, karma's cycle, what goes around, and time to settle accounts. So what I'm getting to is this could be two storylines. This could be you or someone else. You could have been in a situation where there was like a sneaky link dynamic. And it could have been because you may have been hiding behind a mask where you were conforming to someone else. So say, for example, you wanted to be in a relationship or establish, getting to know someone better. You probably were hiding behind a mask and not being authentic and telling this person what you wanted. Or if you spoke up on it, you held back a lot because you may not have wanted to ruffle feathers, or you may not have wanted to make someone feel uncomfortable. So you held behind, not held behind, I'm sorry. You could have kept yourself in the dark. You let them hide you. You let them make you feel like they ran the show. You stayed in confinement just to satisfy them. But I'm getting that you are now looking in the mirror and admitting to yourself that you have held back on some things that did not make you feel comfortable or make you feel like, you were being heard or satisfied in life. So you could have, went down a path of unsatisfaction, maybe some unnecessary experiences. And you could be in the process of removing yourself from this situation. Or if this is past energy, whoever you were dealing with, they could be getting some type of consequences or some type of karma or payback. You could also be putting in work with paying your karmic debt, because we all have to pay debt. We're not invincible. Even myself, for example, yes, I have ascended and elevated in a lot of different areas in my life, and I'm not who I used to be. But at the same time, in order for me to get here, I had to pay my karmic debt. I always tell you all that we have spiritual bank accounts just like we have physical ones here in the 3D. So in order for you to elevate in life, whatever you put out, you have to pay that back. And there are people out here that don't believe in karma. I certainly do. And you don't always get karma the way that you put it out. But trust and believe. Karma knows your address. I don't care how many times you move. I don't care if you move out of the country, if you move to a different state, a different street, zip code, area code, whatever. Karma will always know where you are. Karma will know how to find you. I don't care if you're on the clock. I don't care if you sleep. I don't care if you're on a trip. I don't care if you're on the toilet. Karma, one thing about her, she shows up at any time and she doesn't care what you have going on in life. Okay? Karma will show up. That's one thing about karma. Karma is bold. Okay? So with me saying karma is bold, be bold in standing in your truth and being who you are authentically meant to be. Oh, I might have to turn my light on. But yeah, so you all could definitely, like I said, be paying some karmic debt back, or you could be experiencing abundance at this time due to paying back karmic debt. And it's okay. It's a part of life. No one can get around that. So here we have retirement goals. Long-term stability, future planning, relaxation, earn, living the dream. So you all could be basking in this energy at this time where you are vacationing, or even if you are not physically taking a vacationing, mentally you could feel like you're on a vacation because you can get away from maybe some things that you have going on in life that could keep you busy or under a little bit of stress. Or you could feel like you're on a vacation because of the things that you went through in the past, and now you're feeling free, you're feeling abundant because you have learned a lot of things. You have already experienced certain cycles, and now you're at a process, or I'm sorry, you're at a point in your life where you can put your feet up, where you can say, I've learned those lessons. I'm no longer tempted. I've learned those lessons. I'm no longer able to be influenced to go back. No matter what comes my way, I know that I am in a safe space. So now, mentally and emotionally, you can feel free. You can feel like a lot of burdens are uplifted. And on the safe space card, we have emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protective vulnerability, and here I am safe. So a lot of you all are learning how to be safe with yourself or being in solitude. Believe it or not, that's hard for a lot of people. Where they have to depend on being around other people. They have to have company all the time. They always have to run the streets. They always have to be busy doing something, but you're learning that you are able to be comfortable with yourself. You are able to go within, and that solitude is not a dangerous thing. Solitude is not a bad thing. It's something that is very necessary. Like I said in one of my readings, I think last week, when you have a lot of noise going on, it is hard to focus. So you could be at a point in your life, if this is past energy again, I'll reiterate that, where you can admit to yourself, a light bulb has finally come on. You can finally reflect and realize, and even with this plant here I'm getting, you are growing. This light bulb that has come on mentally, you are able to grow. You are able to reflect. So the things that kept you bound no longer have control over you because you are letting things go. Whatever is not in your control, you're learning to wipe your hands and become free of it and no longer hold on to things that are holding you hostage or keeping you bound. And with the letting go card, you have releasing grudges, emotional freedom, forgiving yourself and others, and free your heart. So again, earlier I said that you could have indulged in some things that you were not proud of. But with you letting go, you're learning how to forgive yourself. You're learning how to, free yourself, like I said, emotionally, free yourself of different burdens and things that you've held on to. And I think I did mention earlier that you could feel like some things from your past could interfere with your future, but you are not who you were in the past, or you are not your past. So don't think that because you have a certain story that you can't change that. You do have the power to change it only if you want to. Nothing in life is a force. We all have free will. But just know that if you are determined to change that, the power is in your hands. And with having mustard seed faith, anything is possible. And I have to remind myself of that too. I'm human. I have my moments where, I get discouraged, but I keep going. I don't let those things defeat me. But the old me, once upon a time, I didn't have that mindset. I gave up easier. I didn't, get up every time I fell, or when I got up, it took longer. But now, baby, please, boomerang, bounce back. That's the type of energy that, I have. And I pray that I can rub that off on you all. Because my collective is strong. I just know you all are. And if you're not, you'll become strong. I'll speak it for you. Okay, so we have a secret admirer. Hidden affection, anonymous notes, unknown interest, someone's watching. So, excuse me. Now, this could be two different things as well. This could be someone from your past who could be a secret admirer of you. They have seen your growth. They have seen that you no longer operate or move the way that you used to. So they could definitely be watching you. They could be spying on you in some kind of way, whether it's social media, whether it's in person, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a neighbor, whatever the case is, or like a family friend or something like that. This could also be a new person who may have noticed you and you don't have a clue as to who this person is, and they could be admiring you. They could love the work that you do, or they could love the way that you speak on different things. They could love your mindset. So say this is someone who you do know, for example, and this may not be someone of the past, but say it's someone who you may speak to at work, or someone who you may just speak to in passing wherever you may be, wherever you frequent. You all may have casual or surface conversation, but this person really admires you on a different level, and you may not, know that. Because like I said, on the card, it says hidden affection, and it's anonymous. So we have fake flex, pretending wealth, showing off, borrowed luxury, deceptive, bragging, rich on Instagram, broke in real life. Oh, wow. So now I'm getting that you all could be around people that like to fake flex, or this could have been in your past where maybe you were went down a certain path where you used to fake flex and you used to make it seem like you were more than what you were, or you had more than what you had. But you could be, coming out of that energy. You no longer want to wear a mask. Pardon me. You want to be authentic. So you could be wanting to authentically make your money. Like if y'all picking up what I'm putting down, you could have made your money in some ways that were illegal. You could not be wanting to do that anymore. You could want to be authentic. So some of you all may want to work a 9-to-5, or even if it's not that, you literally could just want to stand in your truth. And it doesn't always, this card does reflect on like tangible and material things, but even if it's not that, you could just fake flex on who you are inside with being wealthy and satisfied with who you are. But now you have to look in the mirror and admit to yourself that, this is not the way that I should be living. This is not what satisfies me. Like, why do I have to fake? Why do I have to pretend to be something that I'm not to impress other people? Why do I have to pretend to be something that I'm not to fit in? You don't have to do that. If they don't accept you, they're not meant. They're not meant to be around. They're not meant to be a part of your life. All right, Spirit, give me another card. And this is why. Because we have side hustle here. So on this card, it says multiple incomes, extra earnings, financial security, always on, grind. So I did see the hustle mode card. I didn't pull it. But yeah, you all could definitely be juggling and be busy with a lot of different things. Also, with the payback card, I was picking up on the word dharma, but I didn't mention that either. So Dharma means good things coming to you. It's basically like the good version of karma, where you could have put things in the past and now you're being reimbursed for it spiritually, or like, you know how you put out good and good things come to you. Like, for example, you could be someone who feeds the homeless, or you could be someone who helps in your community, and then say, for example, you go to Chick-fil-A, because I've had this happen to me before. You go to Chick-fil-A and the car in front of you, they paid it forward. So the things that you have done in the past, you could be getting those things reciprocated to you in tenfold. But you could be someone who's busy on working on yourself. So like I said, you could be wanting to earn money in different ways. You could always be on the grind with just trying to, upgrade yourself in any kind of way. Then we have CEO energy. Taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. So now that you have taken that mask off and you're looking in the mirror, you realize that you are in control of your life. It does not matter what other people think and say. Your life is yours. They can't live it for you. They can't tell you how to live it. You are responsible for yourself. So you could definitely be standing up for yourself. You could be the leader in your life. Maybe you were easily influenced by family, or, people within, certain proximity of you to feel like you had to always abide by or go off someone else's rules or live the way that they feel you should live. But now that you have knowledge of that, you're standing up for yourself. You're using your brain. You're using the light within you to move you forward in order for you to make money or become, just rich in energy. Like I said, even if this is not material for some of you all, I'm getting that this is more like growth, more like spiritual growth. But you are becoming confident in handling your business, and your business is your life, and what you do, you don't have to answer for. Your business is yours. That's something that you don't have to explain. I may do tarot. I don't want to make this video too long. Okay. So we have divine intervention. So I am getting that you all are answering the call. God could definitely have something on your heart, and this could have been on your heart for a long time. And again, it's taking me back to these cards. I love when I can reflect and when my messages come to that, so everything can come full circle. But with divine intervention, you are learning that it's me versus me. It's not about someone else. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm admitting to myself what makes me happy in the direction that I want to go in, and I'm answering the call. This says unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirected paths saved just in time. So you all could have gotten a nudge, or you could have had some type of introspection, where you felt like, if I keep going down this road, it's going to lead me in a path that I don't, want to experience or continue to go through. This cycle is getting old. I need to try something new. I need to work on what I can, change for the better. So you could be, taking the path less traveled and saved just in time. So you could have been saved from something that could have hindered you for the rest of your life, or something that you may regret, and something that's not easy to change or get out of. Also, with the universe stepping in, God could definitely have his hand on you. His hand, her hand, they hand. Take what resonates, because I know all of us don't believe that God is a man, and God may not even have a gender, but I'm not even going to go down that road. But whatever your higher spirit is that you confide in, definitely has a hand on you. And this was unexpected. Maybe something happened to you where you had a what's the word I'm looking for? A near-death experience. So that's why I said you were saved just in time. This is something that could have maybe messed you up in the long run, or made your life more difficult or challenging for no reason. But this this knowledge has come within. You know, I'm getting that you all could have went into hermit energy and you said enough is enough. So you all could be setting boundaries. And you could even be setting boundaries with yourself. Okay. All right, I have 4 cards out here. I'm going to go ahead and take them. So we have Unbreakable. Inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity, nothing can break me. So yes, that is the energy that divine wants you to stand in, is that you are unbreakable, you're unmovable. No matter what comes your way, you can defeat it. No matter who tries to come into your life to cause a storm or rain on your parade is what I'm getting, that you are covered, that you are protected. So I'm getting like raincoat energy or whatever, but no matter what, like I said, you can endure what is coming your way. And we all have trials in life. Life is not a fairy tale. Life is not a cakewalk or any of that. But with the inner toughness, these things that you may have experienced have made you very strong. And you know that this strength has come within. And no matter what adversity comes your way, is something that cannot break you. You're not as fragile as you used to be. Maybe emotionally you were very fragile. You let things get to you. You let things bother you. You let it erupt inside. But you are no longer, indulging in that. Then we have spilled tea. So it says secrets exposed, gossip spreading, leaked information. Oops, it's out. So maybe, like I said, you all could have done some things in the past that you are not so proud of, and people could be discussing these things. But like I said before, you are not your past. So whatever you went through, it's not an end all be all to your life or your situation. You can still rise above that. People can only meet you where they are. So they probably don't see themselves elevating. They probably don't see themselves being able to look at the bigger picture and reflect on their past and grow from it. So they're probably trying to keep you low or keep you at the same level that they are, or keep you in the same space. But yeah, leaked information. So I don't know if this is text messages, phone calls, group chats, something on the internet, whatever the case is. As long as you own your truth and own your past, the things that people say, it won't hurt you because you have already stood in your truth, or you're learning to stand in your truth. And like I said, not be so emotional to the point where you erupt, not saying that you don't have feelings, but don't let the facts outweigh the feelings, or don't let your logic outweigh your emotion is what I'm getting. And it could be some things that you exposed to people in your past, whether it was a lover, family, friend, whatever the case is. But like I said, as long as you can be honest with yourself and know that the mistakes that you made is something that you can put behind you, it is okay. You can't let it weigh you down. Then we have sugar-coated. Sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true. So that takes me to the thought that I just had when I did another reading, and I have not uploaded it, but what I'm getting is with sugar-coated, the backhanded compliments. So if you are, doing something different than other people, or you're just wanting to live a better life than what you used to, and they're still in that same boat, and they're being sarcastic when they give you compliments, or they're trying to water down your accomplishments. And it could be something simple, like a lifestyle change as far as you eating different, you dressing different, you keeping yourself up as far as getting your hair done more often, you getting your nails done more often, or you getting a better job, you moving into a better neighborhood, you driving a better car, whatever it is. Take what resonates, but they feel like, oh, it's too good to be true. Yeah, let them think it's too good to be true, and it may be incapable for them, but what does that have to do with you? Don't let other people persuade you or penetrate the sweetness. That's what I'm getting. You see this here? This little, I guess, arrow. Don't let them penetrate your innocence or your sweetness inside. Don't let them do that, because I'm getting that when they try to penetrate you, they want you to be bitter. They want you to be in a stuck place. They want you to be in a sour place. Don't indulge in that. But yeah, they could definitely give you empty compliments. Sometimes they don't compliment you at all. They could see what you're doing, but they feel like if I compliment him or her, they know that I see them. They know that I'm watching them. And sometimes they don't want that to be known, because they probably speak so negative, and you know that, oh, if I make this change, or if they know that I'm making this change, they're going to talk down on me. So I don't want that negative energy to get me off course. And that's good. Don't tell people what you're doing. If you know emotionally that you can't handle that, or you know that even if you can handle it, but you don't want to deal with it, you don't have to. You don't have to let people know what your moves are. Your actions speak within itself. So you don't have to say anything, but as long as you're moving a certain way, it'll be obvious that, things are enhancing for the better in your life. And, people definitely, if it's gossip, they're definitely talking about the things that are not so sweet from your past. That's what people do. When people gossip, they don't talk about good things that's going on in your life. And when they talk about it, like I said, it's backhanded compliments. Who does she think she is? Or who does he think he is? Oh, he has muscles now. He got a six-pack now. I remember when he used to be 555 pounds, and now he think he doing something because he in the gym and he doing his protein shakes and he meal prepping and he working out 6 times a week and this and that. Whatever the case is, don't let the haters win, baby. You just have tunnel vision and focus on you. Have vision around you to be aware, but as far as focus, tunnel vision. Just worry about you. Leave them on the outside. They're on the outside for a reason. Okay, and then we have DM slide. Unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the waters, sliding into your inbox. So some of you all could be meeting new people if you're into online dating, or even if you're just on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, for example, and someone has come across you. And it could even be with the example that I just used. Maybe somebody likes your journey. This could be somebody that knows of you already. Like I said, didn't I get the secret admirer card? So this could be related to the secret admirer. This could be someone that has watched you and they've seen the path that you've experienced, or they could like the content that you put out or the things that you talk about. They could like your pictures, whatever the case is, and they're wanting to come toward you and make themselves known. So they could definitely want to approach you and, put it out there. All right, let me see what else I get. I'm not going to do any tarot, just to let you all know I'm already 33 minutes in. And if I do tarot, I know me, this reading might be about 50 to 60 minutes long. So I might do a separate reading. What else do you have, Spirit? And I need to turn my light on. It's getting dark. Well, at least the sun has moved, but it's getting dark soon. Okay. So here we have crossroads. Important choices, life-changing decisions, choosing wisely. Your next step matters. So yes, everything is happening in divine timing, and you have to map out your plan. I do know that, okay, for example, with divine intervention, and it says unexpected guidance and redirected paths. So even if you chose to take a different path for the betterment of yourself, there could be some things that are redirected. So not that it's going to take you off course, but like, okay, say you have a plan to go this way, God may still change your path in a sense, where you thought it was going to go in this direction and you thought that certain events were going to occur and it was going to happen in a certain order, but you may, go down a different path as far as meeting people that you thought you would never meet, or going places that you never thought you would go to get to that certain destination, if that makes sense. Um, so, just use your discernment and know that whatever choices you make now, these are things that will affect you in the future. So, you don't want to just jump into things. Of course, you want to use your logic and, weigh the pros and cons and weigh your options and see what is best for you. But like the card says, your next steps matter. So put your best foot forward. And whatever you're going toward is not something that's going to not be prosperous or abundant. Just looking at this card and the feeling that I'm getting is definitely something that is going to help you excel or accelerate in life. And then we have friend zone, platonic trap, unreciprocated feelings, stuck as friends, and someone feeling more like a sibling to you. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the secret admirer that may come toward you all. Take what resonates, but this could be someone who admires you and you probably like them as a person, but you may not want to get into a deep situation with them. You could be breaking patterns. So, for example, you may have stuck with people in the past that you were not into so much. You all were not on the same page and you probably did not speak up. You were hiding behind a mask. Like I said, you could have conformed to things that did not make you happy. So say, for example, some people may have liked you more than you've liked them, but you didn't want to hurt their feelings, or you didn't want to look like the villain in their story if you cut them off, or if you were honest with them because you knew that they may make you feel like a bad person. That could also go along with the gossip and the tea. Somebody may be in their feelings, if this hasn't taken place, or even if it did, they could be in their feelings with the fact that you friend zoned them. You could have been honest with them and let them know, like, hey, I like you as a person, but I don't see this going past a friendship. They could have taken that in a salty way, and they may not like that. So, the reciprocation that you gave them was not on the level that they wanted from you. They could have been trying to show you how much they're interested in you, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but I can't sugarcoat, I can't lie, because I know that this is not going to turn out good. So remember, I did say that you don't want to go down a path that you've been through before. So this could definitely be past energy where you knew you should have broken off certain situations with people and you stayed longer than what you should have. And you don't want to feel stuck or have attachments to people, or you don't want to invest emotionally. And that is okay. Like I said, you have control over your life. With the CEO energy, you let them know who the boss is. You run your life. You're not going off what other people say, or you're not going along to get along. Sorry for the noise, my neighbors. All right, card. Spirit, please give me one last card for my collective. Okay, so we have Self-Care Sunday. Prioritizing rest, recharge emotionally, pampering yourself, me time matters. So this doesn't necessarily have to just be on Sundays, but I know a lot of people do self-care on that day because it's usually the start of the week or the last day of the week, and Monday is the start of the week, however, whatever pertains to you. But anywho, you are learning the balance between resting and still putting in work. And it's okay. You're recharging emotionally. So you're learning, like I said before, how to not let things weigh you down emotionally. So, pardon me. Some of you all could be empaths. So I do know that we have to recharge, because I'm definitely one. We have to recharge in solitude and emotionally. You can pick up on other people's emotions and feelings, and you can carry that sometimes. So that's why we have to cleanse. That's why we have to meditate. That's why we have to have that pampering and that me time, so that way you can recharge and have a full battery. So you have to go in solitude sometimes and, basically just focus on you. And with this light, I'm getting that this is a sign of introspection. So, you're going within and you're being focused on yourself, and you are no longer letting outside things weigh you down. And like I said, even if you're in certain environments, you are, cleansing and releasing that. Okay, I do like this reading. Oh, it's getting dark, y'all. I might have to edit my video and see if I can add some light. Let me see. I think I'm going to use these oracle cards. These are my favorite. I need to get some more. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my collective? And good job to whoever this resonates with. Good job, good job. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay. So we have, the first card that came out is Law of Attraction. So what I was going to say is, if you are not fully in this energy, Law of Attraction is basically, it is a form of a manifestation. So speak things as they already are. So even if you don't have something, speak as if you already have it, whether it's a car, a lifestyle, a career, whatever you aspire to be, weight loss journey, whatever. I don't care. Like I said earlier with the guy that I use, for example, 555 pounds. Say you weigh that now, for example, and you know that one day you want to be a size 8. And you might have to be I'm just going to say 135 pounds. Speak that as if it's already there. Keep speaking it. Keep speaking it. Keep speaking it. That's part of Law of Attraction. That falls in line, like I said, with manifestation. And work with like-minded people. So that's why I said those on the outside, they don't matter. But the ones who are in your inner circle, those are the same people that you should be proud of. When you refer to them as a friend, or if you are working with them and they're a family member, or whatever the case is, a colleague, you should be proud to say that you all are like-minded. So living your truth, me versus me, you are understanding that the people that you are around, they're also a reflection of you, and vice versa. Then the second card out is focus. So again, like I said, focus on you. Have tunnel vision when it comes to you. Go into solitude. Moon energy could be significant. And moon energy also reveals things that are, being revealed to you. So even those things that you're not so proud of, it's okay. Release it. Release it, release it. And the things that are revealed to you are based on what other people are doing that could be around you that you have not cut off, or that don't have your highest good. Once those things are revealed to you and you go in and you retrospect and you go into hermit mode, then you will know how to move forward to release them from your energy or from your life. Then with the last card here, we have cleansing. This is one of my favorite cards, and this card comes out a lot. So I know that this is something that Spirit is stressing to each of us, that we need to cleanse. You have to, work on your chakras and keep them aligned as possible. What was I going to say? Again, with the moon, you will be more balanced once things are revealed to you from Spirit about other people, or even if it's not other people, you going within. These are your chakras. With things being revealed to you, you're knowing what steps to take. So like I said, you may have a plan to go in one direction, but Spirit is going to move you in another direction, or have you go through different I don't know what word I'm trying to say. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot think of it. I don't want to say hurdles and hoops. I guess I could say that because I didn't want to make it seem like hurdles and hoops like roadblocks. Not that, but just knowing that you're going to have to go through some different courses to get to where you need to be. You might think that it's going to be a straight shot, but it might take you, like a road trip, for example. You're not going to be on one highway the whole trip. For example, if you're driving from one state to another, you might have to get on different highways, or you might have to go down certain streets, or go through different mountains, valleys, whatever the case is, to get to a destination, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make it simple, but yeah, stay cleansed, go within, stay as balanced as possible, clear out negativity, distance yourself from people, cut them off, do whatever you have to do to stay balanced, okay? And I wish you all the very best. Thank you again for joining me. Again, my name is Empress Coco. Hit the notification bell so that way each time I upload that you all are notified. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as well, please comment if you all feel the need to do so. Until then, you guys take care. And I am Empress Coco. And ciao. I love you guys.